Boom. It's Friday. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Knowledge Boner Podcast. How about that? How about that beat, that opening beat that we got going on that Wally had going? Wally, why don't you tell him about the beat?
It's just a mad beat. I mean, I just found it on YouTube. There's a lot of like copyright-free music you can find on YouTube. By the way, if anybody is listening and you are a music producer, or if you want to like produce some intros for us that you think would be awesome, totally would accept that. You can send us a DM and
that's
let
a good
us
idea.
know.
Yeah, kind of mix it up and stuff. But it's my boy Wally Wynn. I'm your host Dylan Starr. And if you're just now tuning in and you never heard about us before, this is our 10th episode of the Knowledge Boner Podcast, listed as kB-Podcast. If you don't know why we did that, you can turn into yesterday's episode. We talk about it. And so today is kind of our Rant Fridays. Thank you guys for tuning in. Our goal here and our vision for this podcast is to give you guys as much value and knowledge as possible. We'd like to share with you guys, stories of our successes and our failures. Me and Wally are both aspiring entrepreneurs. I say that word aspiring, because I completely agree with the likes of like Gary Vee. I think that term used very loosely. I think now in 2008, a lot of people like label themselves as entrepreneurs, and it's the equivalent of like saying, okay, well, I'm a professional fucking football player, right? I think you have to really like kind of earn the title, really like go out, be successful and like do shit before you can gain that title of being a professional. We're aspiring entrepreneurs, and the whole purpose of this podcast is to share with you guys our fuck ups. I mean, in a nutshell, right? We test shit out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but we want you guys to kind of see the behind the scenes and the stuff that I feel like a lot of people aren't going to tell out to the public, that they don't let you know, because a lot of people just want to tell their shit. So we're here to share our experiences with you guys. We hope you find it valuable. We love gaining knowledge ourselves. We love reading books. Wally's a beast at absorbing content. We're constantly outside this podcast watching webinars, watching trainings, learning as much as we can that we're going to be sharing with you guys. We just get excited about it, hence the Knowledge Boner Podcast. I always make a joke saying Knowledge Boner is so strong from the content. So we are in episode 10, guys. If you are an entrepreneur and you're listening in, as always, we do want to get to the point where we can add more value to you from people that are levels above us. So if you are a successful entrepreneur and you want to share your story, you want to share anything that you have learned and give value to the podcast, by all means, please send us a DM. You can find Wally on Instagram at Wally_the robot. And you can find me at Dylan Starr, STARR official. Shoot us a DM if you want to ever be on the podcast, be a special guest. Guys, we'd love to have you. We'd love to share your story. And so today, Rant Friday, I want to talk about being uncomfortable. Comfort versus uncomfort, kind of how important it is, what we mean by that. And what I kind of mean by that is like a lot of like goals. Like me and Wally definitely have some big goals. And I think if you were to share that with people, it'd make them really uncomfortable, actually. That you wouldn't really, you're in a room with a bunch of average people. They'd be just kind of like, oh, what, you're going to be like a millionaire one day? Like,
No, I'll share a little bit right there, 100%. Like it is totally a turnoff for girls that are our age, like my age. At the point in time we're shooting here, like I'm 25, and holy crap! Like you tell a girl like that you have like aspirations and like large goals and like want to do shit. It's like literal cancer to them. It's like they don't know what to do. They don't know how to communicate with you. It's just like people in their 20s, I guess like millennials. I guess we'll just say millennials right now. Like all they want to do is just fuck around and drink and like hang out and party. And whenever you tell them that you actually want to do shit, they're like if they like dog you, they're like, oh man, why are you trying to be ambitious? And it's like because I actually want to do stuff in my life and not.
Oh yeah,
not
yeah. For those you listen, like I love this whole like on Facebook. I see this shit all the time. Okay, people will congratulations and pat on the back, and I'm so happy for you for stupid shit. Like, oh my god, guys, I've decided, I'm in my 30s now, and I'm going back to school. I just got approved for a student loan, and I'm getting my master's degree. Everyone's like, oh, yay, wow, oh, good for you, girl, good for you. We're, proud of you. But you see people on there like, all right, guys, I'm going to change, like, I want to change the world. I'm going to start a business. Like, this is a big pain point process. Like, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this. And it's just like, fuck, no one cares. Or you get approved for a house. Like, oh, finally, we got our dream home. We got approved for a loan. We probably can't afford this, but we finally got a house. we're in our early 20s, and in society, they love that shit. Like, oh yeah, congratulations, like, you totally earned this. I look at that, I'm really, like, that's congratulations on, like, no one cares about. So I think if you are an aspiring entrepreneur, business owner, you're definitely, I guess, unique. It makes them uncomfortable. You can almost feel the change in the room. You ever had that experience, Wally?
Yeah, so you're basically saying that people get turned off whenever you talk to them about your aspirations and stuff.
Yeah,
you're kind of cutting
general,
out right there for a second.
I'll give you an example. Okay, I'll give you an example. When I went to my finally, I had my first high school reunion. God, I don't remember what it was. I think it was last year. For those who don't know, I am 30 years old, so I know I look young and voluptuous when you see my photos, but I am 30. And I had my high school reunion, which was very awkward, very weird, seeing people that I went to high school with, and we're just kind of playing catch up. And when you're an aspiring entrepreneur, first of all, it's fucking hard to tell people what you do. Like, it's a very awkward kind of subject because most people, they have a job, and you're like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And, when you're juggling so many things at once, it's hard to explain. But I remember a kid that I went to school with, and he's in real estate, and he does something unique with real estate. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it wasn't like as a realtor or anything. It's kind of behind the scenes, maybe with like contracts and shit. And he was bitching about his job. Mm-hmm. He was complaining about it, like, oh, I hate that. They crutch us with this, blah blah blah. And I keep telling them if we did it this way, so it'd be more efficient, blah blah blah. So in my head, automatically, I was like, okay, well, you've been doing this a long time, right? He's like, yeah. Like, okay, well, why don't you just take what you know now, and why don't you just leave them? And if you can do it better, why don't you just do your own thing? Like don't do it. And like literally, like the whole mood shifted. Like his arms crossed. You know how you can tell body language? His arms literally crossed. I could tell like he was uncomfortable just by the notion. Like, whoa. Like, what do you mean do my own thing? Like, leave the business and do it on my own? That's the way my brain was working. And it's just so funny, the shift of how people get like turned off and like closed-minded and uncomfortable. When you tell them, like, okay, well, if you're bitching about your job and you can do it better, why don't you just go and fucking do it? You won't be shackled. You're going to do it better and more efficiently. Just go and fucking do it on your own.
Dude, no, that's a total lesson because one of the companies I used to intern for before I actually started my own businesses and stuff was a IT company, and that's basically how the founder, the CEO of that company founded his company. He was a high level project manager, executive, like super high level, like making like in the corporate world making $250,000 to like $500,000 a year, right? Like that's his salary, and then he was looked at a company and a business that he saw that was making a crap ton of money, and he was like, I can do it better than that. And that's what he did. He just left and started his own business. And it's crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, people just, if you're going to be successful in life, guys, you have to realize that, like, especially when it comes to money, like, your income's completely correlated with the bigger the problem that you're solving. So if you want to know how to make a lot of money, like every billionaire says this, like, oh, everyone's like, how do you become a billionaire? Like, you have to solve a really fucking big problem, like something ginormous. Now think about that. Like, think about people like Elon Musk, like his vision, like what he wants to change. Like, he wants to get people to Mars. He wanted to, he built Tesla. He wants, solar energy and to change the world. Like, imagine being in a room of people and then you just start fucking talking about that, right? Like, that had to be, I can only imagine what kind of reactions he got from people when he was like on the rise and doing this, like sticking to his vision and saying that. People are like, oh yeah, sure, buddy. Right? Like, oh yeah, okay. You're gonna get people to Mars. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're a quack.
like those
You're
type of
quack,
people,
yeah.
like how uncomfortable, but they have a really big, and if you guys want to be successful, whether it's in health, whether it's in wealth, anything, like, you have to have goals that are just fucking like make people uncomfortable. That's one thing I'll never forget of a successful entrepreneur was talking about. He's like, if you say your goals out loud and you don't get fucking reactions and bad looks of people like scolding, like, yeah, right, buddy. You know what I mean? Then your goal is not big enough. So you have to be like in that uncomfortable phase, and keep yourself uncomfortable, right? When the moment you're comfortable, you don't grow. That's why, like, literally empires and shit collapse, like in history, is they were uncomfortable, on the rise, like just obliterating territories and shit, and then they're comfortable. They stopped doing what got them there in the first place. They're like lax on top, and then boom, they get overtaken and overthrown. So you definitely want to be like uncomfortable if you're in the world of business. If you want to grow in general, I mean, think about how a muscle grows, right? You tear it down, it's uncomfortable, it repairs itself, it gets bigger, and you get stronger. So life is exactly the same way. So that's just kind of my rant on it. I just get frustrated from like average people. I will say this, when I first started dating my girlfriend, I used to work at a restaurant with her when I first met her. She actually didn't have a negative reaction when I told her about what I wanted to do. I was like, yeah, like in 100% confidence. I was like, I'm going to be, my goal is to be a millionaire one day. Like, I'm super pumped about it. It's going to happen. That's my goal. And she was like, oh, that's really cool. And my reaction was like, oh, wow, really? Like, there was nothing, no kind of negative feedback or no friction from it. Or, she's always been like, okay, cool. I mean, what you ever get any weird reactions when you talked about that to people?
Well, yeah, actually, anytime I tell somebody, I won a 2 Comma Club award, right? That's the one I always tell people, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?" And it's like, that means I made one sales funnel that made $1 million at least, and they're like, "No fucking way." I'm just like, and I can't help but feel that I want it, and it's just like having at least offending somebody with my goal. It makes me happy a little bit because that means that I affected them. That basically, when somebody looks at you and then they're like. And they give you criticism or anything like that for how big your goal is. They're literally reflecting how they feel about themselves at you. So don't take it personally. Just remember that what they said is literally how they feel about your goal.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. That's so true. It is in a reflection. I agree with that 100%. I can totally see that. Oh yeah, like same thing. Like I know I just did a post recently about I did 100 pull-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 squats, and 100 sit-ups. It was the Athlete Next thing. I was checking my time, which I actually improved by over 2 minutes, by the way. So I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, improvement, fuck yeah.
Nice.
And then, there's some people on there that are like, it's so funny, like the criticism you get from people. Like one guy was like, oh, well, you should add this to it and do glutes. And in my head, I'm like, okay, like this is a test from one of the biggest celebrity trainers and athletes in the entire world who, is not only a physical therapist, but used to play professional baseball. I didn't even respond to it. I was just like, okay, yeah, cool. I was like, glutes, that's why I did squats. And so I didn't argue with them. I was just like, okay, people are very opinionated. And another one was like, oh, I'm just tired thinking about it. And somebody that I knew from a dealership who doesn't work out, right? So it's like people will say stuff all the time, but I can see that it is 100% a reflection of themselves, right? You get people that are out of shape, they hate on people that work out consistently, constantly, I see that all the time. People that are overweight, that are unhappy with themselves, like they criticize the fuck out of people that work out.
Oh yeah, and what's hilarious is it's and this is just another rant in itself. I could go on forever, but people taking advice from people who are not experts. Okay, so for example, if I am I'll say this first. Why is it that people that are overweight seem to have a large opinion about dieting? Right? That's the first one for me. So then my question to them is, or to anybody that listens to their overweight friend about dieting, right? I go, look at them. Are they taking their own advice? No. So am I going to take dieting advice from a fat person, or am I going to take dieting advice from a skinny person? I'm going to take dieting.
Yeah, don't take people that have knowledge. Yeah, only take advice from people that live it, like they're living it.
That's like the funniest one to me is it's like, okay, like if you meet a chef, right? Okay, are you going to eat the food that the fat chef makes, or the food that the skinny chef makes? Probably the fat chef, because that dude's eating it.
If you're going for flavor, if you're going for what tastes good, definitely, But if you're going for like, fat chef probably shouldn't eat this because this guy, he definitely put sugar and shit in it,
right? Yeah, but still, it's like, but the fat chef, I'm saying, like, it depends on what you're going for. If you want good, delicious food, you're going to get it from the fat chef. If you want like food that's going to make you healthy, you're going to get it from the skinny one. You know what I mean? It's just. It's like whose
people
expertise are you
just
trying to
they get
You know
so
what I mean?
defensive when you talk about stuff and there's the thing too. If you're gonna be successful and you're being uncomfortable, you have to be able to take like constructive criticism, right? Like you'll never get successful if you can't handle negative feedback. Like and that's like a necessity, like just to grow. I'll give you guys an example. Like, I'm doing this program and stuff now, and I'm working out. But when I met back up with Wally after seeing him for a while, I had injured my knee and stuff, and I hadn't been working out and been eating unhealthy because I couldn't. And like Wally called me out, and I was like, "Dude, what happened? Like, you used to be like ripped and blah blah blah. Like, you're fucking fat. Like, he's like, you got man boobs." And okay, well, gee, thanks, Wally. Like, fuck me, right? And but at the same time, I was like, you know what? Like, he's my friend. I respect him. Like, I have blah, blah, blah. So I looked in the mirror. And then just to be vindictive, I was like, all right, you know what? Fuck you, Wally. Like, I'm going to get back to where I was. I'm going to get even better. And I'm going to look at you and be like, hey, look at me now, motherfucker. And then he's going to be like, yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. That made you
like, now getting back into it and, not making excuses. And now I work out fucking 5-6 days a week, slowly but surely. And I'll tell you what, like, I'm getting slow. This is key though. I want people to fucking understand this. Like, I did not look for like some quick magical pill. Like, I mean, this has been months, if not probably close to like a damn year. But I am like progressively, slowly getting back into it, like on my strength and doing rehabilitation, trying to get, my injury absolved first before going like all out and stuff. Like, even though I know if I would just push myself and go all out like I used to, I could probably get results faster. Like, I'm not, because it's not going to do me any good if I just fucking hurt myself and then I'm right back to square one. I can't do shit. So I'm playing the long game in my head, even though knowing that like I could be getting results back. Most people look for shortcuts. Like, I'm thinking about fucking 10 years from now, right? I can stay consistent, keep my knee healthy, get back in shape, get back to where I was and not be injured, then I'll never have that problem again. So, I'm slowly but surely getting better, getting my time down, getting fucking stronger again. I've already gained muscle mass. I'm not cutting as fast as I would like to, but I'm getting there.
That's funny. I'm glad that Dylan's not. He's not. I'm pretty mean. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's why I don't have many friends. Is because like I tell them like really raw, blunt truth. And sometimes it comes off as really abrasive.
That's the purpose of this podcast, right? You want knowledge, like, and that's it, guys. Like, if you are surrounding yourself with friends and family, your family loves you, so your family's going to say what's not going to hurt your feelings. So you can't really take their opinion to heart. But your friends, like, you need to have friends that are going to just tell you exactly how it is, that are going to give you the truth that you need to hear, compared to just like sugarcoating shit, right? So like, you can't get opinions from people that are just like, oh, they're going to tell you what you want to hear. And honestly, that's one of the biggest things that a lot of successful entrepreneurs have in their workplace, that their biggest fear. You talk to a lot of successful people that are trying to scale their business, and they'll tell you, yeah, like, God, what was his name that had that show? He created what was that bar? I'm not sure bar. I can't remember what it was, but he built a $1 billion company, and it was just the Cliff Bars. Yeah.
Talking about the Cliff Bar?
He built it to $1 billion company. He has his own like show now. He sold it, and it's God, I don't know. I'll mention another podcast. I can't remember. It's a great show. I love it. And he interviews other successful people, and he talks about it. He's like, when you're at my level, the biggest problem that we have is like, people see you and they put you on this pedestal in the workplace, and they're afraid of, you're their boss. He said they're afraid of fucking, hurting your feelings and getting bad feedback, getting fired. And he's like, I can't grow in my business if people don't tell me what they feel, what they hate, and what they feel like I'm doing wrong. And he's like, that's the biggest problem that you have in the workplace when you're a boss and when you're building your business, is like, you wholeheartedly want people to come to you and be like, dude, no, give me constructive criticism. Like, what do you see as a weakness? What do you see as like something I'm doing wrong? What do you see that would help the workplace that I could change? They won't fucking tell you, right? They're going to give you they're going to only just tell you everything's great, what you want to hear. So that's the biggest struggle that people, on the rise to success are having. So, you need assholes like Wally around to be like, hey.
So just for emphasis, Dylan actually said it in the nicer way. Actually, what I said to him exactly was, what happened to you? What happened to you? What happened to that glory? I was like, this is not what I remember. You're a disgrace. And it was funny because it was the first time I'd seen it. I hadn't seen him in like almost like 2 years, like longer than that, maybe 3 years. It was a long time. Anyway, but it was pretty funny. But I definitely appreciate the thing about you like taking care of yourself with your knee, because that's really important about like, you know, injuries and shit, guys. If you have an injury, this is actually something that's kind of like passionate for me, because I actually like had surgery. I dislocated my shoulder, fucked it up, had 2 labral tears, dislocated like 12 times, had to do surgery. Got my shoulder put back together, so it's like oh shit, like I was always in pain, right? So now I'm like finally rehabbed and I'm like pretty much like normal again. But to say that, you know, I also have a degree in kinesiology, so, you know, knowing people out there that are training and like, you know, you're trying, like you're just now working out, or you're looking at somebody on fucking Instagram and you're seeing how jacked their muscles are. Please, for the love of God, do not walk into a gym by yourself. And if you've never picked up a weight before, start picking up heavy shit. You'll throw out shit. You'll break stuff. You'll regret it forever. Just like hire a personal trainer, get a fit friend to help you out.
Because you're jumping, you're talking that. By the way, that podcast is called Impact Theory. I remember what it is on YouTube, so highly recommend. Type in Impact Theory. Great shit. Like I love it. But like you're jumping levels, right? So like if you've never worked out and you just went in, you see someone that's like, oh, they're buffed and jacked. Well, first of all, a lot of them will get injured that do it wrong. I remember a trainer that I was talking to that did stuff competitively, and he always told me, he's like, any fool can gain muscle. Anyone, any moron can go to the gym and gain muscle. But staying healthy over time, not getting injuries because they're doing it wrong or they're doing improper forms and shit, you can work improperly and gain muscle mass and look good, and then you're all fucked up, right? But if you're brand new, you can't just try to jump levels. The same thing in business. Like I can't go and start applying strategies from a fucking billionaire. Like it would do nothing for me. Like he's so far ahead and has such a foundation that I couldn't even implement something like that. So it wouldn't make any sense for someone that's fat, over shaped, to just come in and just start doing a workout regimen. And we talk about that in the business world, guys. That's why all these fads and shit in magazines, you know, like workout equipment. It's so funny. Like after, you know, I follow Athlete X, Jeff Cavalier, highly recommend him on YouTube, guys. He's helped me the most with my injury after every other fucking poser physical therapist I've ever been to. We talked about that, like workout machines that you see in gyms. Machines, they're $1 billion industry, and they don't do they fucking hurt you. they're not healthy at all, like the fucking machines, and everyone uses them because they look for that. They're like, oh yeah, sell this machine, look for this quick fix. It's gonna look how it targets this one muscle group, and it doesn't use the other muscles, and you get all fucked up over time. But they make money. Same thing, these workout regimens, right? You see people like Thor, right? You see superheroes, and they're like, oh, check out the workout routine they use to be able to get ripped and blah, blah, blah in 6 months. If you've never fucking worked out and you just start doing that shit, you're like, oh, well, if he did that, I'll get those results. Well, no, they were already at some level of working out ahead of time to where that regimen fits them. But, you know, the industry just likes to profit and make money and shit. The same thing like with Sylvester Stallone. This is one thing that Jeff Cavalier was talking about. You remember back in Rocky and shit? You know, people will release the Rocky workout and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's like he breaks it down with the red marker. Like the rest days, it's like fucking 2 days and 5 days a week, and he's like, "Where's the rest? Like, where's the rest? If an average person does this, he's like, they're gonna fail. They're not gonna gain mass." And he's like, "What you don't realize is that Rocky and Arnold Schwarzenegger were on fucking steroids, so their body could do this routine. They were able to recover and do it because they were on steroids." So unless you're on fucking steroids, if you are not, and you go and you do this and you don't give yourself time to recoup and rest, your body's not going to grow. So, you know, there's always, I don't know how to say it. There's always like more to a story. You got to be at certain levels. You know, it's the same thing when you train or anything. Like I was a runner, you know, if you've never ran before and you were to go and try to train with us and we ran competitively for state and you were to do our routine, like good luck. Like you're just going to fucking hurt yourself. We had so many years of built up to that point that you'd have to be in a completely different regimen. Like training with us wouldn't be valuable to you whatsoever. So, do you have any more to do? Why don't you tell them about, you know, you were what, tennis?
Yeah, man. But my tennis experience was a little different. I I kind of did a really weird thing. I picked up tennis really really quickly, and so by the time I was at the end of my middle school years, I was already winning or rating high level at like state tournaments. So, but I'm not a person that dwells in high school years. I'm just talking about like my experience. But basically, in tennis, it was kind of weird to see the difference in skill set. Like people from like fucking basketball would come out and try to play tennis, right? And they're like, "Oh yeah, this is easy," and they come out there and like, "Oh yeah, I can swing this racket at this ball," and then I'll literally crush them because you have no you have no experience, you have no idea what the hell you're doing yet. You have no base, you have no foundation of anything. So how do you expect to go out there? Just like my old business partner was a college athlete, right? So he played basketball, so I'd go play him on the basketball court every now and then, and he would absolutely crush me. Why? Because I don't play basketball.
Yeah, exactly. You just gotta. Everything's different. You gotta go in through different phases and ease your way into stuff. Like, don't just try to fucking be the best. You can't take shortcuts, guys. I mean, that's pretty much the moral of it. Definitely play the long game. Don't look for the easy way out. Always be uncomfortable. We're coming up to pretty close to 30 minutes. I know it's Friday, so we'll let everyone get back and enjoy their weekend. As always, hopefully you guys have set goals and you're going to be going over the planning and stuff this weekend for next week. Not really sure what we have in terms for you guys next week, but me and Wally will probably game plan that over the weekend. So definitely excited to keep this podcast going. And I hope you guys enjoyed our rant today. Post in the comments below if you've had any similar experiences of people being uncomfortable around your goals. Or maybe you've had experiences of where maybe you've given constructive criticism to a family member or a friend and they took it offensively, or maybe you have yourself. Share the story with us below in the comments, or post on Reddit. Let us know. We'd love to hear your feedback, and I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend.